Okay, time for more business, and Tolulope Gunjobi is standing by. He was just whispering something about about Forex. I don't know what it is. I wonder what.
Well, just doing some research now, I saw that Naira shortage is forcing banks to now boycott getting dollars from the Apex Bank. That's from the central bank. That's
Naira
another development
shortage.
again. Yes, that's what they claim, according to the commercial banks. And you know, many have said that this deposit money banks need to be checked, particularly with this new policy by the central bank. It's really worrisome.
My head is telling me, okay, so you're talking of in terms of liquidity, you want liquidity in Forex. Now you ended up mopping excess liquidity of the Naira, so much so that you have scarcity of the Naira.
I tell you.
Is that going to take us back to square one or what?
I pray it doesn't take us back to square one. The CBN says they will sustain, but what if people don't even get these dollars from them? I don't know. But since people that need the PTAs, the BTAs, and all that can meet up with their expenses and expectations, well, I think with time we should be able to get it. But some things still need to be checked about this dollar process. We are not yet getting it right.
We're watching.
Okay. All right.
We're watching. Well, into details now. Reports from the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria indicates that the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja is ready for use beginning from today. This is coming 2 days ahead of the April the 19th deadline promised by the contractors. The managing director of FAN, Saleh Dunoma, said all repairs had been completed and inspected. Banks in the country are believed to be frustrating efforts of the Central Bank of Nigeria to regulate the foreign exchange market. A senator of the Federal Republic, Hope Uzodinma, was quoted in the media before Easter holidays accusing the banks of hoarding large quantities of dollars. Well, joining me now to speak on this issue is the financial analyst Ambrose Omorodion. Thanks for joining us, Ambrose.
Yeah, good morning.
Now, do you share in the view that banks are hoarding the greenback, that's the dollars?
Yes, I agree with you because most of my friends have called me earlier that even when they have their new demand for it, a lot of excuses have been given for not getting the dollar. On that note, I suggest that the central bank, they hold the hammer. They are the one regulating the commercial banks. And I don't believe that the commercial bank will have the right to protect their efforts. Banks should be keeping quiet. They need to do the needful at this point. Let them go after those banks that are really holding this dollar. Because the central bank has a target and they have the mission of intervening in this forex market as we speak now. They need to achieve that goal. But if the banks are the ones trying to protect their efforts, the CBN should go after them. They are the ones regulating these banks. These banks are not the ones regulating the CBN. On that note, for me, it's not a big deal. But they can sort this out in a week, in 2 days' time. Because if you know a bank that is earning, you take your hammer on them. But if yourself is not sure of what you are doing at the CBN, that is where you'll be dragging free. If you know that any bank is standing on your way to achieve what you want to achieve for the economy to move forward, I think it's time for them to use the hammer on those banks. So Nigerian economy come out of it. I'm telling you that this dollar issue, foreign issue, has really affected foreign inflow to the economy. CBN is coming out to put solutions to it so that we can attract more foreign flow and it is time so that investors in Nigeria can easily exploit the fact they are profitable. If this effort is being done by the bank, let CBN take action on the bank.
Now, Ambrose, let me come in now. Just like we were discussing earlier now in the studio with my colleagues here, what do we really need to do to turn things around? At the time we floated, we tried to float the Naira. At the time we tried to peg it. At the time with the dollar to the Naira. But you know, this one seems to be working. Sustainability seems to be the issue too, which many analysts have argued. What do we really need to do to turn things around and attract this foreign direct investment which you're talking about?
Yeah, the sustainability is a problem. But to me, it's not a problem. I said it on your program last week I came that it's not a problem. Why I say it's not a problem is that, for example now, we said that between 20% and January and December, we have seen a little or much improvement in the oil price, which because of prices in Syria now, prices are still high. That means we cannot save more. But CBN are trying to close the gap between the black market and the tabac, which are not appreciated recently. But for them to sustain it, it's very easy for them. Let them give us one full exchange for everything. Now they're trying to give concession to manufacturing, to airline services. Oh no, to people that have for privilege. Give us what exchange rate. That any investor will know what is coming in with and when it's going out to. If you achieve that, as you bring more forex in, our reserve will swell up. You can sustain whatever you are doing.
Indeed, Ambrose Omorodion, their financial analyst, thank you for your time on TVC Breakfast. To other stories now, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, says that the international oil market still has huge crude supply with a tendency to weaken price. The group is moving ahead to balance supply with demand to be able to guarantee steady revenues for its member nations. Meanwhile, the International Energy Agency says that oil price may hit equilibrium in the coming months. Crude oil prices tipped up a few hours before the Easter holidays as demand increased for major brands. The European Brent traded for $55 per barrel at the London Mercantile, and dealers paid higher pegs on quotations. For the OPEC basket, Brent price steadies at $53 per barrel. And that's business. I'm Tolu Lokpe Ogunjobi. Back to Ngozi and Busolami.
Yeah.
Ambrose said sustainability is not a problem.
It's not a problem, but do you really believe that?
I'm thinking it's a good thing. So it may not be the problem, but something somewhere is definitely the problem.
And we don't seem to be able to put our fingers on it.
We need to fix infrastructures and promote exports. That is just the way out of it.
That's it, but that's a long-term project. I mean, promoting export. I'm just thinking if I wanted to go into exportation right now, the process of getting registration and all of that, it really is difficult too.
The government is trying to make it easy now, talking about the special exporting zone and the grant now, that should help the system. But one thing government is doing consistently and perhaps may continue to do is to keep borrowing. You keep borrowing, you keep borrowing, you keep borrowing. That will bring more dollar into the system, but who pays the brunt later? Your children and perhaps my children.
Long-term borrowing.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. And is it going to infrastructure or?
Yeah, indeed. That's also important.
The current expenditure. Okay.